Hello, Tapioca Hearts here, signing in. Welcome back to Heaven Will Be Mine. Last time we got our kiss with Pluto. That time, um, got a nice little scene there. It didn't go quite like as in depth as I would have liked. Like the build-up was kind of all like in the scene before the kiss rather than like during the kiss. But I'm sure we'll get more of that. Um, but for the time being, I think my favorite ship in this game is Saturn and Luna-Terra. I really enjoy them, and I'm excited that this episode is going to be another Luna-Terra mission. But the Pluto one was very nice, and I also just like love Pluto as a character. I love her audacity to like try to steal an entire space colony, which happened last time. Um, and I just like really appreciate like the imagery surrounding her character, like the aura that she emanates as someone who can like bring people into her, someone who can like get people to trust her and kind of like fall into her orbit, so to speak. Because of like both like the gravity that she exudes and the gravity that Crew and Macula exudes. Very much so. Um but yes. Uh, Now we are going to read the comms and the mail alerts and all of that, of course, and then dive right into the Luna-Terra mission, Deeper Cuts. So let's check out the comms. Saturn, I would love it. Just love it. Yeah? If you messed everything up this time. Is this reverse psychology? Did I really reduce you to that? I'm a little impressed by your persistence in nagging me, but now I'm feeling like I pushed you to your limit. Shut up, as always, I'm serious. Messing things up is literally the only thing in the world no one has ever needed to specifically tell me to do. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Mercury should have faith in her at this point to mess things up thoroughly. Um, and if messing things up is something that he wants her to do right now, then I feel like she's going to mess up messing up somehow. And you keep yelling at me when I do. I've been looking into Japetus's work on the Aversion Project. Oh. How much do you know? More than you know. Of course, it was always suspicious that Japetus decided to report us, or to support us. He was very insistent in his interest in taking humanity to the next stage. As if that is why any of us wanted to connect with the so-called existential threat. People who already had everything on Earth couldn't possibly understand. They just want even more for themselves. Yep. The greed of the people in charge. That's what I thought too. Japetus's plan is very attractive to certain factions in Memorial Foundation. Certain factions in Memorial Foundation really liked the days when humanity was united against the existential threat. Except aliens aren't real. Yeah, but the people in this game, the higher ups, are like clearly looking for something to deem alien, to deem not human. Okay, they're an dimensional shadow cast by the gravitational impression of human culture and space-time that makes them a few shades short of real, and much less dangerous than their cousins on Earth. Even those are so weak, kids with radios can take them out. Anyways, Pluto wiped them out. Oh? Okay. Back up, hold the phone. What's going on here? Nth-dimensional shadow cast by gravitational impression of human culture makes them few shades sort of real and much less dangerous than their cousins. What is she talking about? I have to continue the conversation. I'm not sure I gather what she's talking about exactly. That was the whole plan. Since humanity doesn't care about them anymore, they'd never expect that we would find a way to avert our tidal reactors and become the aliens ourselves. There's the ticket. The only alien is what is alien to us, and that's fundamentally humanity. We're aliens to ourselves. Fx equals that which is human, that humans are not. Uh-huh. That which is human, that humans are not. Hmm. And Japetus isn't going to give up everything he has for that. You think he's lying about wanting to? I think he's lying about himself wanting to. I think he's happy to let us complete the project and go home. Because he'll have exactly what he and the rest of humanity is longing for. A scapegoat. Someone to be an alien humanity could guiltlessly fight against. Yes, I'm fine with abandoning Earth. It hasn't given me anything. But not on his terms. Not ever. Don't worry, Mercury. I've got a plan. No matter what, it won't go his way. Okay, good. I'm glad they're still resolved to do things their way and to, like, if not, like, become an outright traitor to celestial mechanics, to become a traitor to Japetus and to abandon him. That's what I want for these two, for their happy ending. Okay. Lying about himself. To me, it sounds like Japetus is, like, encouraging their journey, so that he can use them as the scapegoat, right? In order to, like, in order to prove the existential threat. My understanding might be like soup, like at the moment. I might not be able to cook up any good theories at the moment. A little behind the scenes, I've come down with a little bit of a uh, a sickness, and it's just kind of taken away some of my mental wherewithal of being able to properly theorize. But I wanted to record a video for y'all anyways, and get this out there. So I hope that it's okay if I'm not like super analytical this episode and we just go along for the ride. But yeah, comms done. Let's check out the mail. Oh, Ganymede. Subject, Ganymede intercept. Do not read Saturn. Well, I'm sorry, but I have to. I have to. Author, Bridge Information Officer Mercury. I'm completely uninterested in communicating with Japetus in any capacity that's not technically. I know my boundaries. But you are very nice to worry. I know you're not jealous because you do respect me, but don't make me worry. It's what I like about you. Yeah, because this is Mercury's partner, right? Ganymede? I know you're worried for me, not about me, and I appreciate that. But I do want to clarify things so you stop asking me about it. Even though it is cute, and I do appreciate it. Really, I'm not just saying that. Please don't hear that in a passive-aggressive voice. But I've been meaning to ask this for a while. Is it okay that I believe in this? It's important to me that you understand that it's nothing to do with him. So I worry that means that you don't understand what it means for me. Okay, I just realized that I forgot to turn off Discord notifications. Shoutouts to episode 1, which that also happened in. Give me a second to fix that. Sorry. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah. Is it okay that I believe in this? It's important to me that you understand, nothing to do with him, so I worry that means that you don't understand what it means for me. I don't believe humanity needs to be punished. I'm fine being human. But I think an important reminder is needed. Not alien in the sense of a foreign other that can bear all of our rage and hatred, but alien in the sense of casting our own futures into relief. I think what we see as a result should shame us, but there are many things we need to see. You'll probably say you support me and believe in me, thank you. But you'll also say that it means something to you too, and that's really why I love you. Aww. Interesting. The Mercury seems like a very clinical person at times, but he's also the undertones of his genuine love and support for the people he cares about and what he does for them. How he puts up with their quirks, so to speak, at least what we see with Saturn. I like him. I like him quite a bit. This line interests me. Not alien in the sense of a foreign other that can bear all of our rage and hatred, but alien in the sense of casting our own futures into relief. That's just an interesting line to keep in mind. Let's check out the String of Pearls final specifications. Origin, Japanese message intercept, author, Celestial Mechanics, ship self-design. This is not what we talked about, not by a mile. You know I don't actually have a moral compass that does not revolve around what's cool. So coming from me, just know that it is my professional opinion, that I'm not even sure that this is cool anymore. Creating a theoretical matter is not even hard under laboratory conditions, and in space it's easy to sustain it. But the creation of exotic matter like electrotoxins can get really not fun if you aren't careful. There's the electrotoxins mention again, which I still find really fascinating and cool. Since you hate fun, I already know that's not what you're after, and you don't have to level with me or anything. That's fine. But I do want you to know that this thing is basically designed to degenerate as quickly as possible. The reactor tends towards eversion, and that will require a pilot I really would not want to meet, and a piloting style that no one should ever do. Eventually, it's going to drag the pilot down, and that's going to be really weird and ugly unless they are immediately destroyed. Clearly, you want that. I mean, you've said so. But if they're going to have so much fun, let me try to convince you that you should set a self-destruct in there. Maybe something cool will happen once she averts, and the ship self keeps her anchored in space-time to mess everything up. If it's not, don't you want a backup option? That's kind of terrifying. I hope String of Pearls doesn't have a self-destruct button that the ship self it can activate without Saturn's inclination. That speaks dangerous volumes for everyone involved. Okay. Well, let's get to the mission. Deeper cuts. In the Garden District, closest to the malfunctioning and broken tidal reactor that kept the colony together, time and space aren't quite right. It's the perfect place for a real fight. How deep under Luna-Terra's skin do you think she can get? Oh, I think very deep. I wonder how this is gonna go with how the last mission with Luna-Terra went. Let's dive right into it. I want to see. Oh, this place. You don't feel like seeing home again? Aw, come on. Don't tell me you don't have any fond memories of the Academy. I do, despite myself. That's why I don't have any wish to see it like this. A ruined garden that only reminds us how weak the gravity of this whole venture really was compared to Earth. Not to mention, it was all for something completely worthless too. Wait, now you're grumbling about a mission? This is historic. The Lagrange reactor is just a hollow shell, and there's barely any advantage to have in getting it. This better be a trap to use you as bait to get Memorial Foundation off our trail. Oh no, what a terrible... Yeah, yeah. Oh no, what a terrible trap to fall in. Oh boy. Yeah, like, it makes sense that, like, they would have happy memories, like, with, the Academy. Like, even, like, no matter, like, what kind of, like, terrible conditions they would have gone through there, like, there's going to be happy memories, likely associated with each other, or even with Japanese, unfortunately. Like, not no matter what, like, it makes sense to feel a sense of, like, sadness when a place you called home is left in a state of disrepair. And I'm glad that this game, like, highlights nuances like that, like both like the nuance of, like, having been in a, how do I put it, I want to say abusive, like, environment. The nuance of, like, overcoming that and growing beyond it, and, like, your memories associated with it. Because it's not, like, only going to be terrible memories a lot of the time. For some people it is, but for people like Mercury and Saturn, clearly it isn't, you know? Anyways, sorry to get serious again. Oh no, what a terrible trap to fall in. Yep, more flirting. Let's do it. More flirting, I see. Is it unbearable? Come on, we flirt too. I know, you know we do. Yes, extremely. Are you really still getting nowhere with her? I think the flirting is what's getting her somewhere, personally. What are you talking about? I think you said you were going to crack her open and peel her shell? Uh-huh. And peel her shell, but I don't think you have. Ah, you don't know anything. Shush. Ah, I'm completely and utterly correct then. She's highly evasive. Point blank or sniper shot, I can't seem to hit her. Your type, I see. Shut up. I got the Academy's most notorious heartbreaker to look like an idiot at me, so I win. Shut up. Okay. I mean, that's one hell of a flirting ability Saturn has, I will admit. Although Pluto's the one that put her in a daze. And I wouldn't say that Luna-Terra was completely under Saturn's spell. But Saturn's very overconfident in herself as a front. We've established this. She's even stupider than I thought she was. But she's not as stupid as me. You're the one with your guts all over the place, Saturn. Fine. I'm frustrated, alright, but it's not because I'm not getting anywhere or because I even care. Alright, this time I'm done playing. Happy? If there's anything there or if she's just metal all the way through, I'm going to find out. I think there's something there, for sure. I know Luna-Terra, like, doesn't have any, like, loyalty to people, it seems. She seems to, like, be, like... In many ways, she seems to be, like, survival first, like, personal relationships second. But, like, that can be broken through. That can be healed. That can be overcome. If she is that boring, I'll never forgive her. But I'm coming back with guts this time. Oh, boy. Well, Saturn is, like, expressing desire to fight for real. But also, I mean, come on. Fight for real in a fun way? do I wanna do goodbye Saturn's promise for Mercury, or do I want to do the gay thing? Like, that's the question, isn't it? And I do have an answer. A surprise attack isn't very sporting. Don't be jealous just 'cause I got mine off first. You got a wound on me and the Lagrange reactor shell. That's not a good enough deal. No way. In fact, apologize. Hiding so I can't surprise you again is so unfair, Luna-Terra. Let me bully you some more. Fuck yes. I'll pass. Are you sure? You sure you don't want to get bullied? See if you can find me first. You like cat and mouse games, don't you? You want to try it again? Oh, the last cat and mouse game went great. I think that was the one where they were like hiding in the buildings and stuff. Like in the old moon colony. I won't let you just play a game this time. Can you find me even when I'm serious? Then I will get serious. Okay, let's do it. Let's play this game. It takes two to dance. Luna-Terra hides in the Garden District, the one part of the colony she has no memories of. The Garden District doesn't have any trees or flowers or plants. It's not that kind of garden. What kind of garden is it then? If it doesn't have plants, like, what? What? Oh, that makes sense. A garden for the children meant to inherit space. Not like Luna-Terra, who came in the first generation. Teenagers too old and too molded by Earth's gravity to inherit the cosmos. The second generation was raised here, in the light of the colony's center. The Lagrange tidal reactor Luna-Terra remembers like the sun, with the hope that they would grow freely in the lightest of gravity, free of Earth's weight. Oh boy. It's just like sad that like in this universe like kids are like being ripped away from Earth to like be raised like for an ideal, for a vision of a claiming heaven. Luna-Terra is the one holding the useless shell of that reactor now. Even broken and useless, LT doesn't feel comfortable holding it. It's an unpleasant, untrustworthy object, and it feels wrong to hold. Yeah, I mean, that thing could blow up at any moment. I'm surprised it didn't when Saturn apparently, like, got a hit on it. Like, that's very dangerous, actually. It was made by people, but it doesn't seem like it was. It's a fake, but it's unsettlingly close to what celestial mechanics eventually intended it to be when they seized control of the reactor, before the conflict broke out. Something not made by human. Something not made by human? I mean, what is it then? Like something made by, something made by aliens, right? If it's so useless, why don't you just give it back? You can tell what I'm thinking, huh? Or read between the lines. Just like Pluto, but different. Yep, that's the connection that all three of them share. Interconnected, interwoven, through their ship selves. Through their shared histories. Something I still can't understand. You've been playing with her too, haven't you? Yeah, the polycule's getting developed. What do you think's happening? I sure have. Jealous? Of which of us, though? Both. I could never read the story like you both. I'm straightforward. It's not even a little true. You're being way too stingy with the narration. Yeah, seriously. Narration. You can't perceive space-time as a story, a narration spun out of the ambient gravity of humans, telling you about everything that is, if you can listen. Is the narration in this game, like, actually, like, being being narrated to the characters. That'd be interesting. That would make sense with the mechanics that have been like laid out of the sci-fi of it all. You can't see how obviously your envy is bleeding out everywhere, can you? I'm slipping, huh? Letting out more than I thought. Let's see why I'm jealous. I don't know anything about what you mean. I wonder if when I play as Luna-Terra I won't get like as much narration then. I wish I could speak that language. Yeah, it's amazing. You should really be sad if you don't speak it. I just have this absence. Your impression on the narrative is something like Build Whiteout, a gushing ocean of bleach, which is a pain in the ass for someone like us. You also have a habit of acting too fast to get caught up in the story, especially when it's not going your way. 3 times faster than the story knows what to deal with. That's how you are different than Pluto. She would swell into the atmosphere, but you slowly bleed into the spaces between the lines. I can feel you seeping through. Blurring the lines between one and another. What is it you're after, Saturn? Curious? Then stop hiding. The rain-slick streets are looking more and more the same. The weather is malfunctioning and the moisture regulator is shot. And the failing gravity is doing strange things, playing strange tricks. Mare Chrysium's feet are wet. She's afraid. She's falling right into a trap that feels like it's in every direction at once. You can't trick me. Luna-Terra dodges at the last second, or was never there. If Saturn bleeds into the narrative, then Luna-Terra's trick is having a real habit of interrupting the story just when it's getting good. Okay, this game is definitely meta as hell. I like that. I like it. It's been noticeable so far, but I think it's like the most overtly clear here, I would say, with this conversation about the narrative. The characters are kind of aware of the story they're spinning, and they're expressing the ways that they influence the direction of the narrative. Saturn bleeds between the lines. Like she takes a look at like what's happening and what could be happening, and she melds them. Whereas Luna-Terra like makes sudden decisions. She makes sudden moves. And like she's a very like blunt person. And Pluto kind of has a presence when she's on screen. He envelops everything around her in a fashion that is very much like Pluto stealing the stage in a fashion. Good thing she'll never know how much Saturn and Pluto think that's cool. I have eyes too, Luna-Terra. Don't think gravity alone is enough. Saturn swipes again. Luna-Terra wouldn't be hit by such a thing, but she isn't ready for the dripping, sparkling neuro-lightning. Oh boy, that sounds fun. I do wish there was animation, but it's like a book. You can read it, you know? Like, you can imagine what's going on very clearly. Oh, that's sick. She misjudges the distance, the unsureness of gravity. Mare Chrysium sparks and bleeds from her left arm. Okay, she got another good hit in. Luna-Terra swings her spear, crushes the string of pearls to the ground. Oh boy. He's got Saturn pinned. It crumples, then darts away, lost in the mist. Saturn's worse off, but her machine will fix itself. And the poison in Mare Chrysium's systems is only getting worse. That's right, the toxin. The electrotoxin. Probably from the neurolightning. Oh. You almost got me, but not quite. Is your game a little off today, Luna-Terra? I thought you were going to be serious. You're going to have to do a lot better than that if you want to see me serious. I mean, she is like the top dog. She's the top pilot as far as I'm aware. You're misunderstanding? I'm going to cheat. You're the one who has to take this seriously. How's that arm feeling? Still sparking? Still gooey? It doesn't take that much, you know. Have you been cleaning your system regularly? What kind of fight are you looking for? A one-sided fight where you try your hardest and still lose. Oh, Saturn wants to dominate people. She's that cocky. And oh my goodness, beautiful. I love that about her so much. Like, I love overconfident characters who, like, play by their own rules and still get the job done. Or get knocked on their ass and have a full mate of them. Looking for payback? What? No, who cares about that? It's for you. Because you love getting owned. Look at her expression. That caught her off guard. You're never holding back. There's no way I can beat you. You're even stronger than any story anyone's told about you. You always win and no one touches you. If ship-self fights were life and death, that'd make you a genius. But they're not. They're made in the image of plastic toys to fight like plastic toys. Yeah! I don't think anyone piloting a ship-self could actually be taken out. And I don't, like, so when they fight each other, I don't think they can even, like, really, really get the victory over each other. It's supposed to be a communication tool. So that makes you an idiot for not playing along and being honest. They'll save a lot of time if you give in and say I'm right now. If you beat me for real, that'll be all the answer you need. Stoic to the last, but that's great. Your holding out on me is actually kind of delicious. When's the story going to tell me what's happening? When are you gonna let me hear all about all of the static in your joints, the trembling in your mask, your slackening grip? I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to know. Luna-Terra knows that it's true. Saturn can't sense where she is at all, but she knows immediately that Luna-Terra knows she knows, and that she knows that she knows that she knows. Tell me about that, and I promise without any hate or fear, I'll listen. You don't believe me, but I promise I won't laugh or hurt you. I'm really, yep, she's using her talk no jutsu. Like, she's using her strategy to, like, worm in a genuine connection. And I believe her when she says this. Like, she's opening up an opportunity for a genuine conversation with her to really get to know her and bond over their shared experiences, their shared trauma under the academy, and the factions that they're kind of forced to work for. In a very similar way to how Saturn and Pluto bonded in one of their missions. I can't see you, so you can escape if you want. I'll let you keep that little ball even, and the poison will wear off. But I want to see. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Yeah, she wants to see it. I want to see it. I forgot what ball that Luna-Terra is taking away. Oh yeah, the garden. Interesting that Luna-Terra wants to steal the home that she wasn't raised in personally. Maybe to get a better understanding of the younger generation of other people. You want to show me? Oh? The Mercuricium crashes to the ground, skids along the wet streets of the colony. Her legs give out, and her arms are too weak to catch her fall. String of Pearls lands gently, surprisingly. That's what these ships were meant to do. They're meant to land gently. Yeah, it's a spaceship. Even the electrotoxins are tingly, not painful. in a warm, numbing sort of way, like licking a battery with every part of your body. Ugh, ugh, that sounds like a. Actually, maybe it wouldn't be a sensory nightmare. It would be weird. I wouldn't want to experience it for more than like 10 seconds. There's no way that Luna-Terra can stand up. As soon as she lets it all in, she falls in a mess, totally defeated. Oh boy, poor girl. Oh wow, you really did it. You got so quiet. You're so... uh-huh. You're so well trained. You're the big, strong ace, but you shut down so quickly. You really can't deal with me at all. Why is that? Didn't you say you were going to bully me? Oh, weren't going to bully me, yeah. Oh god, even showing restraint, Saturn is still a bit of a jerk. I'm showing all possible restraint. You really did make it hard. I thought you were kinda cool. You really acted like you knew what you were doing, but you don't. Even though you were so scared. Leave me alone. Oh no, baby, but you love this. You're looking forward to it. That's kind of how it is. Sometimes you just gotta open up and you gotta look like, once you get that opportunity, once it starts to happen, as scary as it is, like you just gotta go for it. I can see right through you. These ships are meant to touch. If you never lose, you never let anyone in. Thinking of this as losing at all is actually kind of sad. You want to give this all up and drag me home? Are you really sure? Luna-Terra, you really ought not to lie to me so much. The smug, untouchable Luna-Terra that I used to hate, she's so boring. But the you that you don't want anyone else to see, that's a much better you. That's the you that I want to see. Oh, this is... Oh, fantastic. Okay, so these two both appear to be human-sized, and String of Pearls has, whatchamacallit? Actually, I guess they're not human-sized if Luna-Terra was only occupying the faceplate, when they kissed. So, never mind, these are just two very, very large beings. Oh yeah, and she's stealing the colony too. Okay, I'm just a fool, sorry. But yes, this is now a planetary-sized pin. Luna-Terra is conscious of her own breath, of the unconscious, pulsing rhythm of her ship self. Yep, the blood flow of the ship self. And not just from the electrotoxin. You really can't move in any sort of effective way. But what she's feeling isn't fear or even helplessness. It's anticipation. If she thought that she trusted Saturn as much as anyone else, not at all. Now that she has no choice, she's surprised. She trusts Saturn so much, even knowing exactly what she wants to do. Saturn plucks the broken reactor out of Mercurium's hands and tosses it away like trash. Okay, she was stealing the reactor, not the garden. I'm completely out of my mind. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, my, like, soup thoughts, okay? But yeah, makes more sense that she would want to steal a reactor because it could just, like, power, something, probably. And I will. Now that I have to, now that I have the power to peel your skin off and see it. I'm really happy. I never thought I'd finally get to see you like this, even though you're letting me. Little secrets just for me that the narration will never tell. Oh, maybe they're talking about narration, like how these events will, like, get spoken of, like, publicly, like, reports and such, about what happened, what went on. Because I don't think either of these two want their higher-ups to know exactly what all this is. For you only. Uh-huh. Listen, guys, this game just says things, and uh, it's supposed to evoke a certain image. I think we all know the one. But only I get to see you twitching and helpless. No one else knows. Not telling, but it's just for you, so keep it ambiguous. Got it. I could be straddling you and pinning you. That's certainly... is that not exactly what's going on, Saturn? Is that not exactly what this is? I see a straddle, and I see a pin. We know what's happening here. You don't have to lie to me, girl. I could be straddling you and pinning you. That's certainly possible, but not for certain. I'm not saying anything definite. Oh, okay. She's like saying hypothetically about like what exactly happened between the two. I like this. I like that Luna-Terra is like being vulnerable. Even if Saturn like forced her into the situation, which like isn't exactly the best way to go about things. Ultimately, like, Luna-Terra will be healthier for it if she's able to confront what's going on with herself and open up about it. You've got it. Thank you. I've got my pride, after all. Yeah? Your pride? Tell me about that. It's worth a lot to me. I can imagine. I mean, she's the ace pilot. She's the best one at the Academy, the best one for Memorial Foundation. Then I'm worth even more, right? Oh, that's the end? It's January 30th, 1981, and the day is almost here. Oh wait, this is written by Luna-Terra. It's January 30th, 1981, and the day is almost here. The deadline to save everyone who came up to space with us, fought with us, tried to bring everyone up with us. If we shut down the lunar gravity well, there won't be any choice left. The power that keeps our ship selves in check will fall apart, and we won't have anywhere else to go but home. If we kill the dream, no one will die. We really, really hope that's true. No one should die in space. No one should die, period. No one has to die because ship self-combat is shimmering missiles of light, cosmic explosions, electricity that sears through the soul. Blade science is impossible for a human to produce. Dances of combat without end. Talk your shit, girl, preach. I love that description. That's kind of how I described it. A fight against ideas with toys. Humans would never show that sort of compassion to each other. Earth's answer is a single atomic particle fired at near light speed directly into the cockpit core. A true weapon from a military force. The quickest, most efficient, instantaneous, unavoidable way to kill a human. The most boring possible way to pointlessly die. No drama, no meaning, just nothing. Yeah. A death without meaning is awful. I like her mindset. I do. Luna-Terra, Memorial Foundation ace pilot. Oh, and this one's written by Pluto. It's January 30th, 1981. In the end, they might get everything they want in the way that no one wants. If we open up the lunar gravity well, then we can establish forever another Earth. And maybe another. We can inhabit the whole system. But that will cut humanity into two and more. The distance will be so much further. Everything we have will be even farther from them. How much are we going to lose? How much will we never be able to give them? The moon is very close to being part of Earth. It's full of life and humans can live here now. It feels impossible and I don't want to give it up. We should break it off forever, shouldn't we? All I want is to stitch these two humanities together. But if one of us dies as a result, I will fight forever to keep that precious thing alive. Pluto cares a lot. She cares a lot about keeping people safe, about keeping people together. She really likes bringing things together, as has been established. And she takes that responsibility upon herself to preserve, I would say. Pluto, Princess of Cradle's Graces. Is the next one going to be by Saturn? Yup. January 30th, 1981. They don't name it because naming it gives it power, but not naming it gives it more. It must be in every corner, behind every door, far, far away, in the spaces between stars. It is defined and categorized in every human culture, and it is deliberately omitted from explicit naming conventions by Memorial Foundation, in favor of a euphemism less captivating to the imagination, such as existential threat, rather than a specific word that would stimulate the imagination. But a trick like this will not work, and the euphemism is a hollow void that can hold all fears and all possibilities. And that's what makes it easy to fight, because when you call something an existential threat, you don't have to confront what it is, you don't have to confront what it means, you don't have to confront whether it's actually threatening or not. It's a threat with no name, so you just fight it. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. But what is not does not stop existing, and it, like humans, can decide. It's the kiss of inverse, everything that humans can imagine, but can't become. The shortcut to attaining it is to forsake everything that humans already are. If a bunch of idiots get tricked into going there, it would make a very convenient enemy for Earth. That's the real fear. Before that happens, I will tell you a little secret. Ready? Saturn, Celestial Mechanics Test Pilot. Yeah. Deciding what is real and what is not, but what isn't considered real doesn't stop existing. That's, like, very important, especially for, like, the characters of this game, like Saturn and Mercury, and Pluto and Luna-Terra as well. Like, just because, like, their higher-ups would decide that, like, certain aspects of them aren't real, that they aren't worth respecting or encouraging, doesn't mean that they stop existing. Everything that humans can imagine but can't become. Day 7. Is this the last day? I wonder if this game is like a week long. Route installation complete. New OS in operation. Celestial Mechanics fleet collecting in the orbit of Earth's moon. Request for assistance received. Ignore. Awaiting manual input of mission parameters. Assist Cradle's Graces and Celestial Mechanics with the opening of the gravity well and changing gravitational constants to make conflict with Earth possible. Mission created. Oh. Get in as much trouble as possible with a Memorial Foundation ace. Mission created. Calculating gravitational slingshot data from server hack. Ready for launch. Yep. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Earth's moon. And off we go. Okay, so I'm still 50% aligned with Celestial Mechanics, but I do have like a 50-50 split between Cradle's Graces and Memorial Foundation. And I've got 2 new missions. The acceleration due to gravity. Celestial Mechanics and Cradle's Graces have one thing in common, and that's escaping Earth's gravity. To do that, they need Saturn and Pluto to work together to corrupt the lunar gravity well. It's an opportunity for one to get the upper hand over the other, but they're not thinking about it politically. Yep, it's gonna be two girl best friends cooking with each other. I can imagine a similar scenario to that. And then there's plastic versus metal. Earth has promised to let the children of space sort themselves out for now, but their machines of war guard the way back home just in case. When Saturn and Luna-Terra meet in a chance encounter, the true terror of humanity stares them down. Oh, shit. Okay, so from what I gather, this is kind of like endgame stuff. So day 7 might be the last day. And siding with Pluto would be staying in space. Like finalizing the lunar gravity well project to establish like a smooth transition into life in space and like safely being able to maintain gravity there. Whereas plastic versus metal would be like returning to Earth, like Saturn and Luna-Terra, like fighting through the machines, like guarding the way back home in order to get back to Earth and stay there. Like, I guess to go home. Their way, maybe. But well, I am going to read through the new comms and check out the new emails. Oh, that's topical. And pick another mission. Well, I'll pick the acceleration due to gravity because like it's the Pluto mission, and I've been doing Pluto's missions first. But I will do all of that next time in Heaven Will Be Mine. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.